Hello and welcome back to Experimental Deck Building. I'm Onitson, and today we are going to take the experimental decks of the Friendship of Saruman Fellowship back up against the King's Quest. As long promised, these decks have been through a number of revisions since last we featured them on video. It turns out that this quest is a really good counter for the way these decks play. Lots of enemies with high hit point totals, so that it's difficult for Amber to get enough attack to kill them immediately. Lots of threat increase, lots of locations, lots of everything, really. So, we have run through this quest once before in video. We did not make it. And we have taken a lot of attempts against this quest off-screen. And these decks have been significantly tuned with this quest in mind. I think the changes will make them better and more consistent against other quests as well. The Orthanc deck actually has remained remarkably stable. All that we've done is to drop the 2 copies of Legacy of Numenor and replace it with 2 copies of Guthwini, the 2-cost leadership sword that you attach to a Rohan hero to give it +2 attack. Well, you exhaust to give it +2 attack, and then if you kill an enemy you can recycle a Rohan ally. It's intended for Aylmer. It was included in the Rohan deck. We just moved it over to make it easier to get out. One of the sticking points with these decks is that Aylmer's resources are precious, and he wants to be spending them to attack into the staging area, which makes it hard to save up for a 2-cost weapon. In this deck, we can use Doomed to get it out on turn 1 if we draw it. If we choose not to, we can get it out on turn 2, even if we've spent Theodred's resource on something else. So, all things considered, it's really a much better fit over here, and it helps get Aylmer up and running, able to start doing some real damage to enemies in the staging area much faster. The Rohan deck has seen the most significant changes. Since our last experience with these, we've dropped the Riders of the Mark. At 3 costs, they were just really too hard to get into play consistently, and the shadow discarding is not consistent enough to provide a worthwhile benefit without further support. Really, with Riders of the Mark, you want something like Armored Destrier to continue the shadow discard chain, or Silver Lamp so you can see what you're discarding. Neither of which we have room for in these decks. We replaced the Rider of the Mark with 3 copies of Galadriel's Handmaiden. As allies go, she's a little bit of a thematic stretch, but the Fellowship does include Galadriel, so it's not too much of a stretch to include a couple of her handmaidens, and 2 costs for 2 willpower and a point of threat reduction is hard to argue with, and we need all the willpower and threat reduction we can get. We've also, as you can see, significantly increased our side quest representation. When last we spoke, we'd added 3 copies of Prepare for Battle. We're now down to only 2 copies of Prepare for Battle, but we've also added Gather Information and Send for Aid, so there are now a total of 5 side quests in this deck, so that we can get the Riders of Rohan online quickly. Astute observers might have noticed some other changes to the deck in the last video against the King's Quest. Those have by and large been abandoned. They turned out not to be as great as I thought. We used to have 2 copies of Glorwine over here for extra card draw. Just wasn't working. I went back to the Riders of Rohan, even though that makes it so that we can't build these decks with a single card pool. Having that extra willpower and extra attack is really just very valuable. We've also added a couple copies of Warden of Helm's Deep. We experimented with having Hama in the deck, but the Warden is just a better defender. And without Spirit Theoden's cost reduction, we can't afford to recycle Hama over and over again to keep using him as a defender. So the Warden it's going to be difficult to get the Warden into play, but between Legacy of Numenor and Errand Rider, we should be able to. And this is the final change. We had dropped our 3 copies of Mustering the Rohirrim for 3 copies of Captain's Wisdom, planning on exhausting Éomer to get 2 resources and thus have more resources available to play some of the leadership cards that it's otherwise hard to get into play in this deck. Captain's Wisdom turned out to be a little too hit or miss in this case, so we've dropped it and replaced it with Legacy of Numenor, which we moved from this deck. All the reasons we included it over here are still valid for when we put it into this deck, so all that's changed is where the cards are, and now it's a 0-cost leadership card, which means we don't have to sacrifice either Éomer's resources or actions like Captain's Wisdom in order to get it into play. So, all things considered, I'm happy with where we're at. And now it's time for the moment of truth. So let's take a look at these opening hands. Deck 1, we have a side quest, double back. We have Arwen, which is the biggest deal of all, really. She's very often what I look for in the opening hand. 2 copies of Ancestral Armor is nice. It's not perfect, but it's nice. Really, all the other cards that we might want are buried in here. Oh, I should note that with all the condition attachments, all of these dragon treacheries, plus further condition attachments in the deck, we've added 2 copies of Power of Orthanc from the sideboard, and I had Power of Orthanc in this deck, but I've replaced it with Bulwark of the West, letting us do something else with our Snowborn Scouts other than just chump block with them. So, with the willpower from the Rider and the Steward and Arwen, I'm really feeling good about this. It shouldn't be too hard to find Wild Stallions and Orthanc Guards, so in the very near future I expect to have our combos up and running. Over here, I'm less immediately impressed, but Legacy of Numenor is good to have. The Errand Rider is going to be clutch, and we do have some willpower for turn 1, so I think I'm going to just stick with it. So let's go ahead and get the quest started. The first thing we have to do is to build the Caves deck, and this is not automatically done in Octagon yet. I have every confidence that it will be updated to do so in the very near future. And a huge shout out to C-Stan for the hard work he does maintaining the plugin. So for now, we'll just pull out the 6 locations that make up the Caves deck, close and shuffle, and then we will move them into Octagon's handy secondary encounter deck, and let's shuffle that up. So, and now having done that, we've set the Fire Drake and Dragon Horde and a number of other cards out of play. We've shuffled the encounter deck, and now each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until we discard an enemy or location and add it to the staging area. Oh, there's a giant spider. And black bats. We've discarded 2. Because we discard an add to the staging area instead of a reveal, that surge does not trigger. This is what you might call brilliant. That giant spider will be fine, and the bats will be even better. So, let's go ahead and advance to stage 1B. And this is going to be the effect that's going to cause us the most grief. At the beginning of the quest phase, we have to discard cards until a location is discarded, and either add it to the staging area or raise each player's threat by X, where X is its printed threat. That is going to be our biggest problem, but I think we can handle it. So, let's go ahead and get started. Drawing cards, we draw a second Rider of Rohan. That's nice. Having 2 means that we're not going to play them for quite some time. And a Dunedain warning for Fastred. Excellent. Alright, the first thing we're going to do, I think, is play Legacy of Numenor. Adding resources to all of our heroes. And then we're going to add insult to injury by giving Arwen and Domiel Doomed 1. And we will also reduce this deck's threat by 1 and draw a card with Galadriel. Well, Shadow Cancellation is never bad. So, over here, I'm also going to spend 3 to get out the Steward of Orthanc, and we'll play out double back, and now might be a good time to quest to it. On the other hand, from this deck, I'm also going to play Gather Information, and the West Road Traveler, and an Errand Rider, which will immediately exhaust to move a resource over. This round, we won't have all the cards we need, but next round, or all the resources we need, but next round, we can even get the Warden of Helm's Deep into play if we don't use Éomer. So, now that we've done that, let's sit down and think about our options here. We have only 3 threat in the staging area. We'll be questing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13. That's fine. Perhaps 14 if we quest with Éomer. If we quest with Éomer, we could use his ability and just kill the bats. That's not a bad idea, all things considered. Although I like the bats to keep around to have a low impact enemy just to bounce with Fastred repeatedly. If we choose not to do that, we could engage the bats over here, block them with Arwen this turn while Fastred blocks the giant spider. And if we're going to do that, then it would probably be a good idea to play the Dunedain Warning. On the other hand, if we kill the bats with Éomer, we'll be questing for 14 against 2, will almost definitely clear whichever side quest we choose. Double back wouldn't be bad. Either way, we probably can take whatever card we reveal there. You know, without any attack boosts for Éomer, what I wouldn't give for Guthwini right now. Alright. I will spend one to put out the Dunedain warning on the Fastred, I think. No. For the first stages of this quest, you need quantity rather than necessarily quality of defenders. So we'll actually leave that resource there. We'll aim to get out the Warden next turn. We'll save up. Alright, and that's where we'll go, I guess. At the start of the quest phase, we discard until a location is revealed. A deep chasm. We can either raise our threat by 2 or just take it. I will take it, I think. There aren't any locations in the staging area at the moment, so... Alright, that's what we're going to do. So, Theodred, Grima, Steward of Orthanc, Arwen. So that's 7. 8 with Eomer, and we'll kill the bats. 12, 14. 14, and we can discard cards. 14 against 4, and we can discard cards to boost if we need to. Let's go against Gather Information. First reveal. Iron Hills Mine. Second reveal, Contested Depths. We add 5 to the staging area. We make 5 progress. Clearing Gather Information. We have any number of cards we can choose. All of them would be really good. I'm going to pick Guthwini, because we need to start getting enough attack to finish off enemies. Over here, any number of cards could be amazing. I'm going to grab... What are we missing most here? I'll grab an Unexpected Courage. Readying, I think. The other option is to grab another side quest, which, actually, no, we're grabbing Prepare for Battle. We need the extra... Shuffle it back in. We need the card draw. That deep chasm we are forced to travel to, and we will trigger the deep keyword, immediately revealing the top card. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is going to be a good run, guys. Over here, we're going to grab our other copy of Guthwine, which is the only weapon or armor attachment in the deck. Obviously, I should have chosen something else with the Gather for Information. Over here, any weapon or armor card. Our choices between Hauberk of Mail and Orcrist. And I think I'm going to choose the Hauberk of Mail. There's only 2 copies of that. We have 3 copies of Orcrist in there. And with Guthwini, we're going to be much better off when it comes to attacking enemies anyways. So we'll grab a giant spider, block it with Fastred, no shadow attack effect, so 3 attack against 3 defense. We'll reduce our threat by 2. And send the spider back to the staging area. And that is all I have to do for the moment. So we will just ready up. Hello, Saruman. Another Warden of Helm's Deep. I'm sure it's fine. We'll drop our threat by 1 over here to draw another card, I think. Another Errand Rider. Well, we will play out that other Errand Rider, immediately moving another resource. And we'll move one more resource and play out the Warden of Helm's Deep, I think. Oh no, that's a bad idea. Let's undo that. And then we'll undo that whole sequence of events. Alright. So we need to save a resource on Aylmer to kill the spider. And we're going to be able to kill the spider because we have Guthwini. In that case, we're not going to play out the Warden. We are, however, going to move both those resources and play out Prepare for Battle. Saving a resource to cancel, well, yeah, saving a resource to cancel a shadow effect. Over here, we'll do Doomed 1 to play out a Rider of Rohan. And we'll spend 2 to put Guthwini onto Aylmer. Alright. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7 in the staging area at the moment. Discard until we find a location. Dark Tunnel. That'll add 3. How much can we quest for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We will be questing for 16. And we'll be killing the spider, leaving only 5. That'll make it 8. 8 against 16 plus 2 cards. Okay. I think that it will be a good idea for us to no, we will keep it and not take, well, if we can clear double back, then the threat raise won't matter. There is an enemy in here with a 36 engagement cost. It's a troll with 6 attack, and I'm not feeling quite ready to deal with it yet. Next round maybe, but not yet. So, this is, I guess, what we'll do. Targeting Fastrid. Nope. We will take the threat increase, discarding the Dark Tunnel. So we're questing for 16. No, I'll keep Guthwini just in case. We will ditch, however, one of these Wardens of Helm's Deep to boost Éowyn by 1, so that'll actually make it 17. Aylmer with Guthwini will attack for 5. That's enough to kill the spider. And we will pull back the Warden of Helm's Deep because we killed the enemy in question. So we're questing for 17 against 5. Just to make sure I counted that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17. Yes. 17 against 5. First reveal is a werewolf, that's fine. Second reveal is a contested depths. There are no locations in the victory display, so that is still only one threat. We have added 4 threat to the staging area. We make 9 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lost armory goes to the victory display. Double back goes to the victory display. And we drop our threat by 5. I feel really good about this, actually. Really good indeed. Let's travel to the Iron Hills Mine to get more threat out of the staging area, discarding 4 cards. Lose Nenya, Arwen, fine. Keys of Orthanc, ooh, pity, and a Power of Orthanc. Alright, and over here we lose Ancient Matham, Rider of Rohan, second Rider of Rohan, Hasty Stroke. That's fine, actually. And then we can pull a card from our discard pile back to hand. We won't engage the werewolf, just because, and we will advance to the next turn. Here we have an Orthanc Guard, and a Rider of Rohan. There's our third one. All so close together. Couple of options here. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is Doomed 1 to play the Orthanc Guard. Oh, did I remember to add Theodred's resource to himself last round? When he quested? I did not. That is something to remember. If you're going to play decks that use Theodred and his resource acceleration and rely on them, it is best to remember to use them. So, I'll do a slight retcon because that is something that I had no reason not to trigger. And, other than that, we will use Galadriel to reduce our threat by 1 and draw a card. Nenya. Marvelous. We'll put that on Galadriel right now, because at the very least the lore icon might be useful. Over here, we have a number of things we could do. Between the Hauberk and the Warning, we could spend Eomer's resources to get fast red up to 6 defense. Or we could use the resources to get out a Warden. Let's get out a Warden. We'll use the Errand Riders to move 2 resources to Eomer. And we'll play out the Warden. We'll play out the Necklace of Girion next round, I think. And we will target Prepare for Battle. At the start of the quest phase, we discard until a location is revealed, or is discarded. There we go, it will be Forked Passage. Also, these 2 contested depths get extra threat because we added a location to the victory display. We'll be adding a Forked Passage, that'll be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll be questing for against 9. But I'll do 4 damage to that werewolf. That's not bad. What have we discarded? How many copies of Eyes in the Dark? Just one. See, that werewolf worries me. A single doomed one treachery. Alright, so we're going to be keeping the forked passage, by the way. Because otherwise we'll have to engage the werewolf. If we have to engage the werewolf, things could go badly for us. Aylmer can not quite kill it. Well, no, not even close. Even at full strength, he'd be hard-pressed to kill it in a single stroke. So we can put 4 damage on it, which means it's dead next round. That's not bad. Not great, but not bad. So, questing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Orthanc Guard does not exhaust a quest, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we'll ditch that second Warden of Helm's Deep. There's no way we're going to get him back anytime soon. So 15, 16, 17, 18 with Aylmer, dealing 4 attack. We're dealing 4 damage. So he's now up to 6 attack, which means the poor Warden is going to get to be a chump blocker if we have to engage him. I think I counted 18. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. I did. Yeah. Okay. Reveal number 1. Okay. That is just fine. Sure, it adds 4 threat, but I'm fine with that. And the second reveal is a dark tunnel. Adds 3. Now that's slightly annoying. Well, we'll ditch Guthwani. And we'll make 3 progress. Could be worse. Alright. We are not engaging the werewolf. So, there's a wild stallion. There's Orcrist. Okay. I will keep Galadriel up for Nenya purposes, I think, this time. And this deck is our first player. We can do a number of things, but I think right now the most useful one is playing that Rider of Rohan. Should have done that instead of the Warden. I had fastered up and we weren't planning on engaging the werewolf. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20. We will play out this wild stallion, exhausting it immediately to attach to the Orthanc Guard. And then we will do Doomed 1 to spend 3 resources to put the Ancestral Armor on the Orthanc Guard. He's now a 5/5 defender. He can even take the werewolf if we need him to. That's good. Arwen will continue to target Fastred. Next round, we'll buff Fastred up to 6 defense, and because we'll have the money, we'll put the second Ancestral Armor on the Warden of Helm's Deep, who will also be a 5/4 defender at that point. And then I'll feel really, really confident about just about everything. Now, at the start, we'll target Prepare for Battle again. At the start of the quest phase, we discard until a location is revealed. Forked Passage. I actually like that one, but as a location, but I'm going to raise my threat to to avoid it. So there will be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the staging area after I kill the werewolf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will not quest with the guard. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're questing for 17, 18 at the moment. That sounds 18 with Aylmer, who will exhaust Guthwini, kill the werewolf, and return one of the riders back to hand. So, let's count this up again to make sure I didn't get it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's fine, I guess. 18 against 9. First reveal, a stone troll. That's fine. And the second reveal... Ooh, that's annoying. Okay, we'll deal the stone troll a shadow. It makes an attack against the first player, which is deck 1 with Fastred. Okay. Who can technically survive it? It is not undefended. I do not discard an ally. Fastred takes 2 damage. And there we go. There is now 12 threat in the staging area. We're making 6 progress. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will discard... I don't think I already discarded to Eowyn yet. I have not. I have not discarded to Eowyn this round. And I will discard that Rider of Rohan that I just brought back to clear that. So, the Iron Hill's mine. When we clear it, we can bring a card back from the discard pile. I'm going to bring that Ancient Malum. The allies can be brought back with Guthwini. Over here, I'm going to bring back the Keys of Orthanc. And we will use Galadriel to reduce our threat by 1 and draw a card. Now we don't have to engage the Stone Troll. And Prepare for Battle is now in the victory display, so we draw extra cards. Let's travel to this dark tunnel, I suppose. I mean, I suppose we could just not travel. That's an option. I don't know. Because I'm worried of getting any number of things, really. Crumbling Cavern would be bad. There's only one good card left in the Caves deck. I mean, Crumbling Caverns wouldn't be awful. Could be potentially problematic, though. Frightful Den, depending on what it revealed. We have the Defenders to deal with it, but... anywhere else I go to, I'd have to raise my threat. You know, I think we can quest past everything we've got there. So we just won't travel, won't engage the Stone Troll, and immediately advance to the next next stage, or to the next turn. Draw another Errand Rider, and now over here we draw a second card for Prepare for Battle. Elrond's Counsel, Word of Command. We will reduce this deck's threat by 1 and draw it an extra card, double back. There we go. Alright. I think I forgot to do Theodred's Resource again. Yes, I forgot to do Theodred's Resource after he quests again. Maybe I need to set a reminder at the start of the quest phase every round. So, Doomed 1. And we will put in that Ancestral Armor. Like that. The Warden is now a 5/4 defender. Oh, before we do that though, spend a resource for the Keys of Orthanc and exhaust them in response to the doom to give Galadriel a resource. Just to be clear, so I'm retracting. Alright, so we'll undo everything I did. The correct way to do this is to play the Keys of Orthanc on Galadriel, and now do Doomed 1. I didn't undo the Doomed, so that's fine. To play the armor on the Warden, and now since they were Doomed 1, I can exhaust the keys to give Galadriel a resource. Just in case anybody didn't follow what I was doing there. And because I have nothing else to do with Galadriel's resources, let's get out Treebeard. Arwen's going to start targeting the Orthanc Guard now, because Fastred is in no shape to continue defending. Over here, we'll play out double back. Let's play out Necklace of Girion. Dark Tunnel, of course. That's fine. And then we'll save a resource for Shadow Cancellation, should we need it. So we're going to quest on double back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll send Fastred. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19 with Aomer. We'll put 2 damage onto the Stone Troll. So we're questing for 19. Against 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Ooh, fun. Oh, and at the start of the Iron Hill's mine, we can't take that. So there we go. That's where we're at. So, first reveal, Dark Places, discard until the location is revealed. Another Dark Tunnel. Goodness gracious. Card number 2 is another werewolf. So we've added 6. Reduce our threat by 3. Boost by 1. Discard that Errand Rider to boost another 1. And discard a Word of Command to boost another 1. We make 1 progress. And I don't think we have a choice. We have to go to a deep dark tunnel. We'll go to the dark tunnel that has the Necklace of Girion on it. And we'll reveal... Well... Sometimes miracles happen, apparently. And Eowyn is now at 6 willpower. Alright, after it becomes the active location, we can each choose one, reduce threat by 3, draw 2 cards, or add a resource. As much as I want to reduce threat, I'm drawing 2 cards. Gandalf. Another necklace, and elf helm. Very good. Alright, we're engaging everything, I think is how this goes. So, if I engage the stone troll and the werewolf like that. No, the other way around. Stone troll and the werewolf. And the Orthanc Guard will block the stone troll for no damage. And the Warden of Helm's Deep will block the werewolf, who deals a damage to him and a damage to himself, and is now attacking for 3 against 5, which is fine. And the Rider of Rohan will attack and put another damage on him. He'll now be attacking for 4, but even if he gets another card without a shadow effect, he'll only be attacking for 5 and won't do anything more to the Warden. Okay, that's all, folks. That's everything we can do. Ready up. Move on to the next round. Ooh, Deep Knowledge and a second elf helm. Our card from Prepare for Battle is Rittermark's Finest. That's fine. Now might be time for Deep Knowledge. I know, that sounds really weird, given where our threat is. Protector of Lorien, and okay, well, Snowborn Scout, and another copy of Orcrist. Well, there are no enemies in the staging area, so we will put Orcrist up there. Giant spider, that's perfect. That is exactly actually what we needed. Move a resource to Aylmer so we can kill it, and we'll get Orcrist. And spend another resource to put an Ancient Madam there. And because we can, and perhaps need to, let's play down a Snowborn Scout to put a resource right there. Or a progress right there. Treebeard should have a resource. I'll set up Octagon to get the additional resources. So we'll be questing as 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the staging. Okay. We will reduce this deck's threat to draw... no. As much as they need threat reduction, even more we need to draw our healing. Elrond's Council, okay. That's not our Warden of Healing, but that's fine. Okay, options. Did I really discard that word of command? I discarded the word of command. Okay. Play out a Protector of Lorien onto Grima. It's flexible. And I won't do a Doomed One to get out another Rider of Rohan as much as I... Ooh. Actually, that would be 4 attack, 8 attack, 5 more damage on the stone troll. I mean, at the moment, we're going to be putting 6. So 3 more. No, we can wait till... It's not the difference between being able to kill it and not being able to kill it. So... yeah. Oh, I should have left Gladriel up for Nenya. Well, too late now. Okay, so... over here, Aomer will attack Guthwini, killing a giant spider and earning Orcrist. He now has 5 attack, and Guthwini permits him to bring that Rider of Rohan back. That's 1. Eowyn is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep fastered up for emergencies. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 with Thadrit. 19 against 12. Oh, and we have not done our discard until there's another Iron Hills mine. I mean, we can't afford it. On the other hand... no, we can't afford it. So we'll... threat is getting awfully high here. But we should be able to clear this quest this round. Alright. First reveal. So we've added 3 threat to the staging area. That's actually perfect, I think. And the second reveal is another dark tunnel. So we have another 3. Okay. Elrond's Council reduced our threat by 3, our willpower by 1. We're now going to clear the ancient treasury. Discard 1 card to Eowyn. 22. Discard a second card to Eowyn. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. Well, so Eowyn is 8, 9 with Elrond's Council, 10 with Eomer, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, we're making 5 progress right now, which is 1, 2, 3... oh, we're making 5 progress? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually exactly what we needed. You both go to the victory display. We drop our threat by 5. Whew. And we draw 3 cards with an Ancient Matham. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Whew. Now we're getting somewhere. You've both gone up to 3. And these dark tunnels are all going to do horrible things to us. All of them. We're going to leave them in the staging area, though. Stone Troll. Nope, the werewolf gets its shadow card first. Warden of Helm's Deep blocks the werewolf. It has a shadow effect, but... oh, that's just beautiful. Okay. Orthanc Guard blocks the Stone Troll. There is no active location. Now, I can attack back for 4, putting 3 damage on the werewolf, which would be bad. It would then be at 7 attack, which would likely kill the warden. We will attack back, though, and put 3 more damage on our Stone Troll. We'll attack back with Eomer next round. Now we'll ready everybody up. Treebeard, and we get a second card from Prepare for Battle. Oh, that's wonderful. And that's also useful, too. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is... I don't know if I want to do a doomed one. In fact, I think I don't. So we'll just pay 3 for Rider of Rohan. No, actually, this will work out alright. Doomed 1 to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for Gandalf. Out comes Gandalf. I don't know that I'd describe our threat as fine, but I really think we need to draw some cards. Elven Light and Sneak Attack and another test of will. Well, of course, that's fine. And over here, questing's important. Let's see. Elmer is currently at to 7 attack. Let's put out a Hauberk of Mail on Fastred. He'll have an extra hit point if he gets targeted by Arwen. And, you know, let's put out a Rider of Rohan. That looks like a good idea. Okay, so we'll quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with Theodred against 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 17 in the staging area. We're questing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27. Questing for 27. Oh, that's fine. We discard till the location comes up. We're going to take the +2 threat for the Deep Chasm. And we'll quest with the Snowborn Scout too, because there's a treachery that can cause problems. First reveal is a Hobgoblin. We lose a card. It's a sneak attack. That's fine. That doesn't have willpower, it has threat. That's just fine. Second card, is a Contested Depths, which is 3. So we've added 5. Yeah, that's fine, all things considered. Still don't want to travel. Might consider starting to do Snowborn Scout recycling to maybe start putting progress on these Contested Depths. But all that said, let's bring down a Hobgoblin over here. We'll obviously engage it. And we'll deal out the shadow cards like so. Gandalf will defend for us. Taking 2 damage. Galadriel, we need the card draw over here, but we need the threat reduction over here more. So we'll exhaust to draw another card. Over here, Fastred will block the Hobgoblin. We have Shadow Cancellation if it's deal damage to the defending character. It is not just +1 attack. That's 3 attack against 4 defense. We'll reduce our threat to send it back to the staging area. That's fine. And then we'll block with the Warden of Helm's Deep again. No shadow effect. It's now attacking for 5 and deals a damage to the defending character. Still has 2 hit points left and does not take a damage from the attack. Now, we'll attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the guard. -3, that's another 6 damage. We kill the troll. Eomer will attack with Guthwini and the 2 Riders of Rohan. That's like 7, 8, 9, 11 attack, which is enough to kill the werewolf, giving him a resource, and recovering another Rider of Rohan if we want. And I do want. Very much. Okay. And now we ready up. And we get a Gladriel's Handmaiden. That's very nice. We get a second card from Prepare for Battle. It's another Orcrist, we don't care. We, however, are going to play Elfhelm instead, as well as a Dunedain Warning on Defastrid. We'll kill the Hobgoblin. It takes 7 to kill. We have 7 attack with Eomer. So we'll kill that and be able to take and move a resource over here to cancel a shadow effect if we need to. Oh, Gandalf is discarded at the end of the round. We draw an Orthanc Guard. Oh, we should have discarded Elven Light and drawn it. Well, I'll do that right now. Discard it to Protector of Lorien. And spend a resource from Galadriel and draw it back. Elrond's Council. That's fine, I suppose. The nice thing about Elfhelm is he's going to help mitigate some of the threat rays we're taking for these locations. Alright, questing. We're going to quest fairly heavily all out. 6, 7 with Eomer and Guthwini kills the Hobgoblin. We get our sneak attack back. Oh, but before that, we discard a Deep Chasm. That's raise our threat by 2. We raise our threat by 2 and then reduce it by 1 for Elfhelm. So back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 with Theodred. We'll add the resource to Elwyn. 26 with Treebeard. 26 against 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. Plus discarding cards if I need to. Plus Galadriel. First reveal is a werewolf. That's fine. Second reveal is Afraid of the Dark. I'll put that on Theodred. We'll lose 1 hero, and we'll lose his resource generating ability for the rest of the game. I'm going to ditch Elven Light to Eowyn, boosting our willpower. I'm going to draw it back with Galadriel. There's Saruman. I don't dare do Doomed 1 for the Steward of Orthanc to get extra cards. Alright, I'm also going to do a little bit of organizing. To make things easier. My 2 Wardens of Healing are somewhere in the bottom 19 cards of the deck. I suppose it's not particularly unusual. That's fine. Oh, I do not want that in play. I don't know how that happened. Alright. We will engage the werewolf. Oh yes, and Galadriel will reduce our threat by 1 and draw us a card. Another Rotomark's Finest. Very good. Until I have healing, I do not want to defend with Fast Rid, so we'll continue with the Warden of Helm's Deep, who's getting a little low on hit points. The defender cannot ready till the end of the round. That is fine. That is just fine. So, no damage. And we'll continue moving on. I don't want to advance yet because I'm not ready to deal with the Fire Drake yet. I'm going to turtle for a little while longer, even though locations are beginning to pile up in the staging area, and that's a little bit uncomfortable for me. We'll ready up, draw a Warden of Healing, and our second card with Prepare for Battle is a second Elven Knight. That is beautiful. We get a Dunedain Mark. That's fine. And now Galadriel will do her threat reduction thing over here. Drawing a card, send for aid. That's not bad. Let's play it out. Even though almost all of our really expensive cards are already out. We'll put a Galadriel's Handmaiden out, reducing the Fast Rid deck's threat. We should still have a Gandalf in the deck, right? Yes. That's good. This is one that's normally good to see earlier, but, you know, in this deck, the cards I'm normally wanting to put into play are the Rider of Rohan and Elfhelm and the Warden of Helm's Deep. And over here, I guess really almost anything. Wouldn't say no to a second Steward if I haven't lost it. Nope. So, yeah, don't have much to say here. Questing up against 3, 6, 9, 20 again. This time we're going to kill the werewolf, and it will be fine, I'm sure. 2, Theodred now has 0 willpower, so it's no point questing with him. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Against 20 plus quite a bit. Oh, and also, oh, yes. Let's also play down that Warden of Helm's Deep. That's something I forgot to do in the planning phase, and is really, really kind of important. So let's do it. So the Warden of Helm's Deep, and at the start of the quest phase, before I commit characters, we reveal until a location is revealed. Dark Tunnel. I'm okay with the Dark Tunnel. Okay. Then we'll trigger Grima's ability right now. So the next card we play will have Doomed 1. So if we test a will, it'll be for free. Or if we Elven Light, it will do the same thing. I don't know why that matters. No, we will not trigger Grima's ability. There's nothing useful about dooming cards at the moment. The Orthanc Guard is... We don't need his 2 willpower, I think, so we're good. Right, first reveal, Stone Troll. Second reveal, Bat Switch Surge. Eyes in the Dark, that's Doomed 1. I got the resource anyways. Doomed 1, Elf Helm reduces it by 1. Each player must choose Raise Threat. This is the treachery that I'm canceling. There we go. So we've added 4 threat. We're fine. Still fine. I'm going to play... Oh, right. So we've added 4 threat. We're about to make 3 progress. I will discard Elven Light to Aelwyn, a second Elven Light to the Protector of Lorien, and one of our extra copies of Orcrist to Aelwyn. Now we're making 6 progress. And we look at the top 10 cards of the deck. We can put any of these in that we like. Any of these allies. I'm going to put in the Warden of Healing. Oh, gosh. Gandalf for threat reduction. You know, I'm going to put in the Warden of Healing. And then bring back Elven Light to my hand and draw a card. Another Wild Stallion. That's fine. And we will use the Warden of Healing to heal both Fastrid and the Warden of Helm's Deep. And we will use Galadriel exclusively on the Isengard deck from now on. So, pull down a Stone Troll. Fastrid, by the way, is up to 5 defense. Pull down the Black Bats like so. Ready Treebeard with 2 resources. Shadow cards like so. Warden of Helm's Deep will block the werewolf. Does a damage to himself and to the Warden. Fastrid will block the Black Bats. Makes an additional attack after this one. Okay, this attack will be blocked by Elfhelm. It is not undefended. And, oh, I should have done this the other direction. Shouldn't matter. Orthanc Guard blocks the Stone Troll. It did matter. Okay. I'm going to play Elrond's Council, giving it Doomed 1, with the Steward of Orthanc to draw a card. That Doomed 1 readies the Orthanc Guard, and then I will lower my threat by 3. It gets an extra shadow card. That should have been that shadow card, but we'll deal with it. The Orthanc Guard will block. There's no shadow effect, so there's no effective difference. Oh, also, Fastrid was sending the Black Bats back to the staging area. I got distracted by the extra attack there. That extra attack would still process, even though it's in the staging area, because there's nothing that says you can't attack from the staging area. And certainly nothing that says that sending it back to the staging area cancels the attack. Alright. That was fun. Now we'll attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is enough to do 7 damage to a Stone Troll. And over here we'll attack for 7, 8, 9. Is enough to kill the werewolf, giving Aylmer a resource, and grabbing a Rohan ally back. The Warden, I guess. Not that it matters. Okay. Ready everybody up. threat reduction is a little tricky. We drew an extra card over here. Another Snowborn Scout, that's fine. And an unexpected courage, that's important. Alright. Over here, we'll use Galadriel to draw a card for us. How about not? How about we don't and say we did? Okay. Because we can, I'll play out this other Orthanc Guard. It's another willpower. And we'll play out those Isengard messengers when we have the resources. Oh, we forgot to do the send for aid over here. I'll just pass on it. We missed the trigger, that's fine. Okay. Over here, let's put out 3 to get another rider. Certainly. 2 to get unexpected courage. This one ought to be unfastred. Put out a Dunedain warning. Fastred is now defending for 6. Can be 7 with Arwen. As needed. And at this point, I don't think that there's a shadow effect that I need to cancel. A must-cancel shadow effect. So, there are 2 Gandalfs in the bottom 12 cards of my deck. I intend to have them one way or another. At the start of the quest phase, we'll go until a location is revealed. Dark Tunnel? Yeah, I'm willing to... Oh, I'm not willing to take 3 threat. Not at all. Okay. So I think we have to take the tunnel this time. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 23. We've been steadily getting out some more willpower. That's good. We start getting rid of some of these contested depths. Would also be good. Oh, you know what? While we're at it, let's also just drop Snowborn Scout on one of those. And before we... Oh, we don't have a Riddermark's Finest out. Right. Right. In that case, we'll quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 against 23. That's fine. We will trigger Grima's ability so I can test a will. First card. Oh, I can't. Why did I put it there? I can't put progress on dark locations. Contested depths is not dark. Iron Hill's mine. That's fine. Second reveal. A giant spider. That's also fine. We're breaking even. I'll ditch Elven Light again. Drop back with Galadriel. There's my Gandalf. There's my Gandalf. Oh, I triggered Grima, so I shouldn't have actually spent that resource. I think I triggered Grima at the start of the round to play Test of... No, I can't remember if I did. Since I can't remember if I did, and since raising my threat disadvantages me, I'm gonna say I did. Which means that I actually wouldn't have used up Galadriel's resource. And Keys of Orthanc would have triggered. Okay, I can't say that raising my threat disadvantages me because I get the extra resource from the Doomed and save the resource on Elven Light, but, I mean, looking at those threat levels, I think it's more of a disadvantage than it is an advantage. And since I can't remember if I declared that I was going to trigger Grima's ability, I will trigger Grima's ability. And if I didn't, well, whatever, life goes on. We'll also, now that we've done that, we'll ditch the Elven Light again to Protector of Lorien and spend 2 resources to draw them both back. Ooh, won't say no to that. There was also an action window to trigger Grima's ability in between, so even if I didn't declare that I did it, there's an action window to have done it right there in that quest phase before travel. So we're fine. We're fine. And so we end up questing for 30 against 29. We'll travel to the Iron Hills Mine, losing 4 cards. Arwen, Word of Command, Wild Stallion, my last sneak attack. Losing 4 more cards. Harvick, oops, Hasty Stroke, Handmaiden, Westroad Traveler. That's fine. Option engage the giant spider and let the bats come down naturally. I'm just going to keep those 1-threat bats around as Fastred's bouncing buddies. Fastred will block the giant spider. We'll be fine, we're ready, and we'll block the black bats, which make an additional attack to be blocked by the Warden of Helm's Deep. It is not undefended, and Fastred bounces those bats back to the staging area. I shouldn't discard the shadow cards quite yet, but it's fine. The Orthanc Guard will block the troll, who makes an additional attack. Should have blocked the bats with Elfhelm, and the Warden of Helm's Deep would have been available. Okay, that's fine. We are going to chump block. Attacking for 6, we will lose 2 cards. Because after he attacks and destroys a character, we discard a card from hand for each excess point of damage dealt. He attacks for 6, I have 2 defense and 2 hit points, so that's 2 excess points of damage. We'll discard both of my copies of Elven Light. And now time to attack back. Eomer will kill the spider with Guthwini, gaining a resource from Orcrist, and returning that Westroad Traveler to hand. And 2 Riders of Rohan and Theodred attack for 6, killing a Stone Troll. That's fine. Ready everybody up. We draw the other Gandalf. Well then. Lots of threat reduction. In that case, Galadriel will start doing threat reduction on this deck. We draw an extra card, though. Deep Knowledge. That's more discard fodder. And this deck is now going to be reducing its threat by an effective 3 every round. which is just fine by me. Alright. What do we have hiding in here? Just that hauberk of mail. And I'd rather pull out that Galadriel's Handmaiden with the response on the Iron Hills mine. Let's drop out a Snowborn Scout and drop out a Rittermark's Finest. We'll exhaust and discard it, and all the progress is going right there on that contested depths. And we're going to bring it back to hand when we kill an enemy with Guthwini. Alright. Over here, I have lore resources. I will play out the Isengard Messenger. Now at the start of the quest phase. Discard cards from the top of the deck until the location is revealed. Forked Passage, which we will take. It's only 2 threat, and I don't have 2 threat left. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 25, 26 threat in the staging area. We will start this quest phase by doing a sneak attack to Gandalf, reducing my threat by 5. We will quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with the messenger. 11, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Request for 29. Oh, plus Gandalf's 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Count that up again. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Gandalf. Oh, and Treebeard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Oh, I had it right beforehand. And we're questing with the Snowborn Scout, so we have something to discard. Well then. This will be interesting, won't it? You know what? We'll also quest with the Orthanc Guard. First reveal. We add the Ironhill Mines threat to the staging area. That's fine. Second reveal. I will take that on Grima. Oh, it's not dark. So actually Theodred still has... Oh well. Life goes on. So we're making 3 progress. And I will spend a resource to draw a card back with Elven Light. And then discard it to Aelwyn to make that 4 progress. I will bring back Sneak Attack to my hand from the Iron Hills response. And over here, I will bring back Galadriel's Handmaiden. And now, we will travel to this dark tunnel, revealing the next card in... Oh, good heavens. Well, I hate the Lightless Grotto too. Progress cannot be placed on dark locations in the staging area. Well, that's nice. At the end of the quest phase, Gandalf returned to hand. And the Black Bats come down. Fastred defends them, reducing threat by 2 and returning them to the staging area. And Galadriel will reduce that dex threat by 1 more. There's a Dunedain warning. And there's nothing else to do, so we'll ready up. There's our third and final Riddermark's Finest. And we have another Steward of Orthanc. That is dark. So. What to do? Well, I don't have enough Riddermark's Finest in hand, nor enough resources to play them, to clear the Lightless Grotto right now. That is unfortunate. I could play one right now and clear one of these contested depths, but, I mean, that feels more like a job for the Snowborn Scout than anything else. So, we'll do that. We will just play Galadriel's Handmaiden, reducing this deck's threat by 1. Over here, we're going to save up to put that Wild Stallion into play off of Galadriel. I don't know where we'll put it. Probably on the Rider of Rohan. I think all of our other Orthanc Guards are in the discard pile. The thing is, you only really need 1 in this deck. So I think this is the turn we will clear the quest. So, you know, we'll drop out this Riddermark's Finest to be able to do some location stuff if we need to, because these contested depths are about to go up much higher. Alright, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22, 23. Only 23 this time. Quest for 2, that is dark, so neither of these characters have abilities. Oh, also, at the start of the quest phase, we will reveal cards until, or discard cards until a location shows up. Deep Chasm. We'll take the threat on that one. Lowering it by 1 for Elfhelm. And now we will sneak attack Gandalf once again. Discard, reducing threat by 5. And now we'll quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 with the Orthanc Guard. I have the option of dooming an Elven Light back into play. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 15, I think. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17. Okay, 17. 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 35. If I've counted this up correctly. 35. First reveal. Another Deep Chasm. Okay, well, this is going to be really fun. And a Hobgoblin. This deck is first player. The Hobgoblin gets a Westroad Traveler. It's actually 3, so we've added 5. No, neither of those were the case. Because I forgot the most important part. The forced effect on Lifeless Grotto. After we commit to the quest, we discard and resolve a treachery. So neither of those actually happened. We discard until we find a treachery. There we are, dark places. And we resolve its effect, adding 5 threat. Well, this is going to be fun. First reveal is a werewolf. Second reveal is a giant spider, and now we add 5. And, oh. Okay, we'll ditch a necklace of Girion to Eowyn. And here we'll ditch deep knowledge to Eowyn. And we will suddenly realize that without Grima, we don't have the willpower to do anything. So we will suddenly use Bulwark of the West to ditch the Snowborn Scout, discarding Afraid of the Dark from Grima. That won't do anything for us this round. We failed questing by 1. We'll raise our threat over here, but Eldhelm will reduce it. We will, however, exhaust and discard Rittermark's... Oh no, actually there is something we can do. We'll exhaust and discard Rittermark's Finest to discard that Contested Depths. Meaning we didn't fail by 1, we actually made 2 progress. That was not as much as we needed to make to clear it. But, in the grand scheme of things... Oh! And we'll commit Galadriel with Nenya. There we are. Clearing the Lightless Grotto. Both those go up to 4 threat. And now, we'll do this again. Now we actually advance the quest, place the Dragon Horde on the bottom of the cave deck. There are 3 cards remaining in it. Add Fire Drake to the staging area. He has 3 threat, 7 attack, and 3 defense. 1 more than the number of players. And we shuffle all of those treacheries into the encounter deck, where we're hopefully going to lose most of them as shadows. At the end of the quest phase, Gandalf returns to hand. We no longer have to reveal cards or discard cards until a location is revealed, thankfully. Instead, we can remove 5 progress from the stage to look at the top 2 cards of the cave deck, put one on top and the other on bottom. So, I know what's remaining. There is the Underground Lake, which will have threat and quest points equal to the number of characters, I think controlled by the first player, but it might be controlled by the player with the largest number of characters. Let's assume worst case scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It would be 15 threat and 15 quest points. That's a lot to eat through in order to be able to make that work next round. On the other hand, there's also the Frightful Den, which would be 2 more enemies. Frankly, I think I could handle 2 more enemies. Doomed in an Elven Light to ready up that Orthanc Guard. And then doomed in the other one, or spend a resource and then use the Steward of Orthanc to doomed on the other one. Oh no, I can't use that because I only have 1 card left in my deck. Maybe I need Will of the West in this deck. I never thought I'd say that. The other 2 options are deal a whole bunch of damage or 2 more enemies. What would happen if it were 2 more enemies? Worst case scenario, they're both stone trolls. If they're both stone trolls, then Fastred can defend them both And I have a Warden and Elf Helm and a Chump Blocker for the rest. The Fire Drake cannot leave the staging area or take damage, so even though his engagement cost is 35, he's not coming down. So even if there's 5, I've got this. And I can probably even kill everything I need to also. I mean 2, 4, 8. I'd have 8 attack. That would... Well, unless it's 2 stone trolls, I have enough attack to kill most of it. 7... Okay then. This feels awkward and weird, but we're going to travel to the Forked Passage and raise each player's threat by 2 to look at the top card and put 1 on bottom and 1 on top. So there's 4 in there, and I need to get to the bottom one. Okay. We'll raise our threat by 2. And that is an encounter card effect. So Elf Helm reduces my threat by 1. And I can now look at the top 2 cards. Not of the encounter deck. Of the Caves deck. There's a Frightful Den in the Underground Lake, and I want the Underground Lake on the bottom. I do not want to deal with it. I'll take the Frightful Den. Shuffle the discard pile into the encounter deck. And discard until 2 enemies are revealed. I'm going to move some things out of the way. Discard until 2 enemies are revealed. First one's a stone troll, because of course it is. Second one is another stone troll. So what did I say? Worst case scenario. So if I do nothing, engagements are going to work out like that. That's if I do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 with Grima. Actually, Grima's ready. He can be a defender, too. You'd have thought it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's just fine. I could do Doomed to ready the Orthanc Guard, but I'm actually just going to, oh no, I might need Gandalf for the questing. We'll save Gandalf for questing. We'll ready Treebeard up for 2 resources, and then we will do Doomed 1 from Grima, triggering his ability to bring Elven Light back to hand. Drawing the last card of my deck, which is the extra keys of Orthanc. That Doomed readies the Orthanc Guard. And we'll deal out shadows like so. Probably a good idea to see how many copies of Bulwark of the West I've used. Just 1. There's another one in the deck. Good. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is exhaust Errand Rider to move one of Amber's resources to Eowyn so we can pay for a hasty stroke if we absolutely have to. The Orthanc Guard blocks the Stone Troll. Nothing. Grima blocks the Giant Spider. He's about to take a damage. I'll discard the extra keys of Orthanc to Protectors of Lorien to raise his defense to 3. He no longer is taking a damage. Fastred, defending for 6, blocking the Stone Troll. Makes an additional attack. I think that's fine. Feel ready. And I want to save that hasty strokes just in case the fire drake starts making additional attacks. So I will block that attack with the warden. Defender cannot ready till the end of the round. That's fine. I want to send the bats back to staging, and so I will. That leaves me with one attack remaining that I'll block with Elfhelm, who the werewolf is now attacking for 3, does a second damage to Elfhelm. We'll heal up both of those off of Elfhelm and the one off the warden. Now, attacking back. 4, 5, 6. Kill a giant spider. Ready up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 damage on the stone troll. Attack 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Kill a stone troll. Put an extra resource on Aomer. And put another damage on the werewolf, who's now attacking for 4, and that's fine. Okay. And now we'll ready everybody up. Okay. This is fine. Oh, and in addition to readying everybody up, we're going to return that Riddermark's Finest to our hand with Guthwini. Alright. Over here, we'll drop out a wild stallion and attach it to one of our Riders of Rohan, who is now 3 willpower, 3 attack, 1 defense, and 3 hit points, and, you know, could actually do something in a pinch. We'll also drop out a Protector of Lorien onto Éowyn, so she can be, so we can start ditching other extra cards if we wanted to. Not that we actually have that many. And that should be all. No. We'll also spend 3 to put out another Steward of Orthanc for the willpower. Over here, we will put out a Riddermark's Finest and 2 Dunedain Marks. That will put Aomer up to 9 attack into the staging area. Yeah, 9 attack into the staging area. Enough to kill a werewolf in 1 hit, if we're keeping track of things like that. Maybe I should have sent the werewolf back with Vastrid. Other than that, we will also put out a West Road Traveler. Ignoring her response. No. We'll put out a second Rittermark's Finest. And we'll pull a resource over here for a Hasty Stroke. Questing 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This one doesn't exhaust the quest. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 28, 34. Committing 34 to the quest against 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23. We're beating the quest by 11 at the moment. First reveal, Dragon Breath. It surges, because of course it does. Into Black Bats, which also surge. Into an Iron Hills Mine. Second card of staging adds that Frightful Den's 4 threat. So, we've gone from 23 to 24, 28, 32. We've gone up to 32. Oh, and I forgot to sneak attack Gandalf. That had actually been a plan. We're up to 32. That's all fine and nice. And we need to make 7 progress. We're making 2, so we need 5. Alright. We'll discard a card to Aelwyn. Draw it back. There are no cards in my deck, but the action on Elven Light is to return it to my hand, then I draw 1 card. I can spend the resource and return it to my hand, which changes the game state, and then I cannot finish the effect, but there was a game state changing thing going on there. So, discard it again, up to 36. Discard that Deep Knowledge to make it 37. So, when I say discard it again, I'm discarding it to Protector of Lorien. So I've discarded it to Aelwyn, and then 2 cards to Protector of Lorien, and extra Treebeard for a 3rd card to Protector of Lorien. We're currently making 6 progress. We need 1 more. I'll ditch my final copy of Orcrist to make that 7. So now we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we need 2 more. So I'll exhaust and discard Rittermark's Finest to put 2 progress on that Frightful Den. Which means that the 7 progress I place will be 2 on the Frightful Den and 5 on the quest. And response after placing progress here from questing successfully, remove 5 progress to look at the top 2 of the cave deck. Put 1 on top and 1 on bottom. The Crumbling Cavern will go on bottom, leaving Dragon Horde on top. Frightful Den goes to the victory display. And the active location was cleared. Okay. The active location was cleared. Right. That means in the moments before I did that, in the moments before I placed progress, I raised my threat by 2, using the doomed keyword, getting an extra resource there, and an extra willpower there. Means I could have discarded 1 less card if I needed to, but too late for that. To discard, to each player choose and discard a condition attachment. I'll discard Afraid from the Dark and Dragon Breath. There. Now, the Fire Drake will make an immediate attack against each player in turn order. Faster does not have Sentinel, the Orthanc Guard does. Okay. That'll be interesting, won't it? Okay, the Orthanc Guard will block the Fire Drake. Deal 1 damage to the defender. I can take that. 7 attack against 6 defense. I can take that as well. Fastred will block the Fire Drake. It is not undefended. Fastred also takes damage. And now... okay. So... couple things we can do here. Oh yes, and these are now up to 5 threat. I could try to do the Iron Hill's Mine to get me 1 more Gandalf sneak attack. But Galadriel will reduce this deck's threat. There we go. But, well, no, I can't go to the Iron Hill's Mine. What I have to do is travel to the contested depths, revealing Dragon Horde as the active location. After it becomes the active location, we immediately advance to stage 3A. We search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Dragon Treachery. Okay. I do not want that Dragon Breath Treachery. So we'll grab Dragon Scales. Alright. Now, from now on, we ignore the deep keyword. And after we declare attackers against the Fire Drake, we must remove X progress from the main quest or cancel the attack. I have no artifact attachments in my hand, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to use them. And so, the dragon will come down. It'll option engage over here, I suppose. Or I'll option engage it there, and then we'll have 2 enemies. So, ready up with Treebeard. Oh, I was supposed to add Forked Passage to the victory display after I did that thing with it. Oh. Well, it hasn't come out yet as a shadow card, so I'll find that Forked Passage there. Let this be a lesson for you, children. Always remember to read through the entire card. Forked Passage is in the victory display. Oh. Which also increases contested depths. So I would have needed to discard 1 more card. So let me discard 1 more card. I'm not going to need 2 copies of Saruman. We're going to sneak attack Gandalf in, I think. No, sneak attacking Gandalf really kind of makes no sense. We'll sneak attack him for the quest phase next round. Alright, let's deal out shadow cards. And now, Treebeard will block the Stone Troll. The defender cannot ready till the end of the round. That's unfortunate, but we'll take it. Take the bats undefended, putting 2 damage on Galadriel. Over here, Fastred will block the Fire Drake. Good, it's gone. We'll take a damage. Elfhelm will block the bats, and, you know, Fastred will reduce that dex threat by 2. Return the fire drake to the staging area. Sure, it's 3 threat, but... Okay, so Elfhelm will block the bats. Makes an additional attack after this one. Okay, that's fine. Take that attack undefended, putting the damage on Aylmer. Warden of Helm's Deep will block the werewolf, who now cannot take damage. 4 attack against 5 defense. Okay. Alright, now let's sit down to the work of healing. Let's start by healing up our defenders, like so, with my 2 Wardens of Healing. Now it's time to attack back. We can attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and kill the Stone Troll. And as much as we would love to kill the werewolf, I was hoping on killing the werewolf, we will kill the bats. We will not kill the bats because the active location was dark. Okay, well, we can't kill either of them. That's fine. Just fine, I tell you. Alright. Ready, everybody up? We'll draw an extra card. Oh, good. From Prepare for Battle. And we'll put out Unexpected Courage on Aylmer. And our last Galadriel's Handmaiden, dropping our own threat. Over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To drop in Gandalf, reducing our threat by 5. Okay, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 24 in the staging area. 24. Alright. Requesting, oh, and Treebeard couldn't ready. Requesting for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and triggering Grima's doomed ability, so we can play a test of will if we need to. So 4, let's count that again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, if I'm counting correctly. One last time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 27, 29, 31, 33, 39. Yes, requesting for 39 against 24 in staging. First reveal, Dark Tunnel. That's fine. Second reveal, Eyes in the Dark. We have Doomed 1. Well, it is Doomed 1. So we'll take the Doomed, and Elfhelm will reduce its threat back down. You know, I'm just gonna ditch the allies rather than cancel it. There's worse treacheries out there. So we've added 3 threat. Okay. Oh, I forgot I was going to play that Dunedain warning for Fastred. Life goes on. We'll move that over. And we make 27, it's 39, 12 progress, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Send the Dragon Horde to the victory display, boosting the contested depths. Heesh. Okay. And the Fire Drake will make an immediate attack. Against each player in turn order. We will block the first attack with the Warden of Helm's Deep. We'll take 2 damage, but survive. Block the second attack with Gandalf, who will take 2 damage. 3 damage, but survive. Okay. We will now travel. We could travel to the contested depths, but that means that we'll replace it with something else, which I really don't like the idea of. So we'll travel to a dark tunnel. We do not resolve the deep keyword now, so if we do nothing, the Fire Drake's going to come down engaged with this deck. And that's a fine deck for it to be engaged in with. While we're at it, we'll reduce our threat by 1 again over here. Legacy of Numenor. I don't think we need the resources anymore. And now let's deal out shadow cards. Oh, and the deck is out of shadow cards. This is wonderful. The active location is dark, so we can't kill the bats. Fastred does not have Sentinel. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Fastred will first block the bats, reducing our threat by 2. We'll then block the Fire Drake, taking a point of damage. Elfhelm. Yes, Elfhelm will block the werewolf and take 2 damage. The werewolf does not have a shadow card, so its forced effect does not trigger. Our healing, we will heal up with the first warden, Fastred and Elfhelm, and the second one, Elfhelm and the warden, and we sent the black bats back to the staging area. And now, the Fire Drake can take damage, but first, Éomer will attack for 7, doing 6 damage to the werewolf, killing it, and gaining resource from Orcrist. And now, we can attack for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We can make 16. Attack for 16 against 3. Oh, it doesn't matter what we do. There's the dragon scales. Oh, well, watch this. We're going to ditch our Snowborn Scout with Bulwark of the West to discard the dragon scales. That may be somewhat problematic here. Now we will attack for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, minus 3. 13 damage. Onto the Fire Drake. Alright. Oh, and we'll block the black bats with the Orthanc Guard. Since they didn't have a shadow card, I forgot that I hadn't resolved their attack. Alright, we'll ready up. Gandalf will discard. And in the resource phase, because I can, I will sneak attack Gandalf The Fire Drake is not immune to player card effects, and since the Horde is in the victory display, it can take damage, and there's nothing... Oh, also, I had declared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters as attackers, so I have to remove 5 progress. Gandalf can use his deal 4 damage to put the last 4 damage on the Fire Drake, and we win. And to slightly improve our score, we will also, before we do that, heal the last damage off of Aemar and Galadriel. Oh, good heavens! That was rough and tricky and really kind of fun. I really enjoyed this quest, even though, as I said, it is almost a perfect counter for everything these decks are trying to do. That forced threat raise every single round at the start, and you need to turtle because you can't afford to go to stage 2 until you can handle multiple attacks every round from the dragon. Once you've done that, you want to go as fast as possible so that you can get to the dragon horde, so that you don't have to sit there taking attacks from the dragon that you can't attack back. And then once it's in the end game, it's the end game. So, whew, man, that was rough. Our threat was always in trouble, although part of that was we always happened to get high threat locations discarded at the start, and we had to raise our threat by quite a large amount. We never really saw the contested depths come up as the location. I like it when that happens, because then I can just raise my threat by 1 and ignore it. But they just all came out in staging and sat there slowly accumulating threat. 7 threat, good heavens. I think it should be 7 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 locations in staging, so 7 threat. Never did use Saruman. Never did need to. That Doomed 3 in this quest is pricey. He actually might have been a good counter to take out one of those contested depths for a round if I hadn't already gotten myself into threat trouble. So, very, very good card in a number of situations, just didn't have a chance to show his worth today. Other than that, another trick that I really like to do a lot of the time, but never ended up pulling off this game, is to swap the Iron Hills Mine into the active location slot using the West Road Traveler. That's why I didn't play them quite so often. I was hoping to get the mine swapped in so that I could start, so I could get, ideally, sneak attack back. The last game that I played, I actually won. It was the last game before the final round of edits, and they were edits that helped but didn't, well, anyways, it was I managed to move the Iron Hills Mine in several times with West Road Traveler and got 3 extra uses of sneak attack out of it. So, suffice it to say that my threat remained much lower than this, with Galadriel focusing consistently on the Rohan deck and it lowering its threat by 3 every single round. We ended up below 40 for both decks, well below 40 by the end of the game. Other than that, condition removal was absolutely essential. those dragon treacheries can be brutal. Especially that dragon's breath. When the attached enemy attacks you, deal 1 damage to each character you control, then discard dragon breath. I mean, that's awful. But all that said and done, this was a really fun quest. I really enjoyed playing it, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much, and until next time, happy questing.